Rin Shihei met 17-year-old Tatsuki Fujimoto, who was submitting manga works to the weekly magazine Jump SQ, and since then has been his manga editor. They have continued to create works together and support each other for about 10 years. We asked him about the true identity of the enigmatic genius Tatsuki Fujimoto, who only he knows. What was your first impression when you saw Fujimoto-sensei's work?
His short story collection, 1721, includes his first manga submission. A couple clucking chickens were still kicking in the schoolyard, and I thought he was a kid who thought about strange things at 17. At that time, he was a high school student living in Akita, so I called him and started communication as his editor. I remember hearing that he was going to enter an art university, and we talked about creating works together alongside his student life.
Since then, what kind of communication have you had?
At first, his drawing skills were unstable, which was one challenge, so I told him, let's draw a lot and improve your drawing skills. During the serialization of Fire Punch, we exchanged various ideas, impressions, and opinions. For Chainsaw Man, as it was serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump, he studied many past works thoroughly regarding the protagonist's motivation and the setting of the story's goal. Now, all the direct technical discussions have ended, and instead, I feel like I'm helping him incorporate values that come before technique into his manga. I share novels, documentaries, and news that I find interesting with him, and through that, we interpret the atmosphere of the times together. In addition to that, of course, I believe Fujimoto-san himself absorbs a lot in other areas as well.
After creating works together for about 10 years, what do you feel is characteristic of Fujimoto-sensei?
In the beginning, his creative speed was faster than other new artists, and he had the awareness to create many works, which I thought was wonderful. The more you create, the faster you grow. Also, he has a lot he wants to do in manga creation, but he doesn't cling too much to his own ideas and moves on if something doesn't work. That hasn't changed even after his debut and having a serialization. Moreover, he is the type who doesn't find it very interesting when things go as expected in the creative process. When I read his storyboard and talk about the story's development, saying, normally it would go like this, he says, if that's the case, and then starts a discussion from there. The day after the meeting, when I receive his storyboard, he throws a ball in a completely different direction. But in the end, I realize it's because of our conversation yesterday, and he values my initial impressions of the work.
That's how Fujimoto-sensei's unique expression is born.
I think so. The developments in the storyboard and the sharpness of the lines spoken, born through Fujimoto-san's sensibility, are a major attraction that draws many people in, unlike anything else seen elsewhere.
Please tell us about your favorite scenes or expressions by Rin-san.
I like the way Fujimoto-san tries to play with panel layouts in his manga. In the first battle scene of Chainsaw Man, the panels are separated, but through the direction of the expression, the arms look connected. Also, the way the Cursed Devil knocks away Aki's sword from outside the panel frame, or how the manga window frames are directly replaced with panels, are truly manga-like expressions that cannot be done in video or animation, and are wonderful expressions rarely seen before. The meta story, where Agni, the protagonist of Fire Punch, is built up as the protagonist within the story, I think this expression came about because in a meeting just before, I said, it's interesting to go beyond the usual framework and lines of a work.
What were the enjoyable and happy moments for Rin-san as Fujimoto-sensei's editor?
Weekly serialization schedules are really strict, but from the meetings, storyboards, and drawings, you can feel that he is happily drawing what he wants to do and express, so I also enjoy communicating with him. And as we explored what could be expressed in Weekly Shonen Jump and had many discussions, I was happy that every time the work was published, we immediately received passionate reactions from the readers.
We have heard many voices from readers eager to read Fujimoto's works and looking forward to updates and magazine releases.
Thank you. This is quite personal, but Yuji Kaku-san, the author of Hell's Paradise, and Yukinobu Tatsu-san, the author of Dandadan, who I was an editor for, joined as background staff and main assistants during the serialization of Fire Punch. And now they are close friends centered around Fujimoto-san. They all improve through friendly rivalry. There's nothing happier than that. While recognizing that they are all wonderful manga artists, sometimes I feel like they're my relatives' kids.